Hey friends, it's Em and welcome back to my reading circle. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and do the Anti TBR tag or Anti TBR Tag. I personally was not tagged in this. I am a brand new booktube channel, so yeah. Currently have not been tagged in anything, but I saw this trending several months ago, absolutely loved it, and thought that I had to go ahead and give my own anti-TBR list. So before we go ahead in today's video, I do want to give a special shout out to my friend Sam. She went ahead and gifted me her old microphone. I am unfortunately not using it for this video because I'm still trying to figure out the adjustment with it. So just in case you guys don't know, I actually film on my phone, and with the new microphone, I need to plug it in to my phone. So I'm trying to figure out my setup, and I'm honestly gonna be moving soon. So I'm gonna have to figure out the setup all over again whenever I move. But yeah, at some point, hopefully in the next couple of videos, you guys will be having a better audio quality from me, and I'm super excited for that. So thank you so much, Sam. She also has a YouTube channel. I'm gonna go ahead and link her down below. If you are into the clean beauty, skincare, makeup realm, protruding eye queens, she has not just one, but two channels for you to go ahead and follow. Both of her channels will be linked down below. And if you go ahead and watch her videos, comment that you saw her from me. So go ahead, watch her videos, and comment down below that I sent you to her. All right, so without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the questions. As always, I'm gonna go ahead and have my iPad running with all the questions. I do have all of them answered already, so I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about this for a long time. Don't come for me. Don't tell me that you're upset with my choices. I'm sorry, we can all have different opinions on books. Okay, so there are 8 questions for the anti-TBR tag. I'll go ahead and link the original creator down below of the anti-TBR tag to give her credit where credit is due. Highly recommend you guys go check out her video. It's very interesting. I've never seen anything anti-TBR before, so I'm so happy that she went ahead and created this tag. And yeah, all right, 8 questions, let's go. Please don't hate me too much. All right, question number 1. A popular book everyone loves that you have no interest in reading. I'm gonna go ahead and say The Song of Achilles. I don't really care for Greek mythology retellings and books. So yeah, Song of Achilles, don't care to read. I've heard it's fantastic. It's circulating on BookTok, Bookstagram, and BookTube, and I just don't care. I also went ahead and I've already watched a reading vlog on somebody reading The Song of Achilles that did contain spoilers. So I already know what happens. Still doesn't make me want to read it. So yeah, sorry. The Song of Achilles, I just don't care to read, even if everybody else recommends it to me. All right, question number 2. A classic book or author you don't have an interest in reading. I'm gonna go ahead and say the Iliad. That is one of the classic books that I absolutely do not care to read. Like, I don't know, it just sounds boring to me, and Greek mythology is just very iffy for me as is. So I'm gonna go ahead and say the Iliad. All right, question number 3, an author whose books you have no interest in reading. I'm gonna go ahead and say George Orwell for this one. I just honestly have never cared to read any of his books. 1984 and Animal Farm are like the 2 most well known by him. I don't know if he has any other books, but regardless, I don't care to read from him. At one point in my life, I did think I would hop on the bandwagon, but then I realized it was a bandwagon and I just didn't want to get on. I want to read other books. And then there's a follow-up question to question 3, so this is 3.2. And just so you guys know, if you guys want to go ahead and do the tag, the original creator of the tag specifically said you can combine questions 3 and 3.2, or you can answer them separately if you have an answer for both. So I do have an answer for both of them, so I'm going to do it separately. So for 3.2, a problematic author whose books you have no interest in reading. So for me, I don't really want to read Ellen Hilderbrand. I know that she has some pretty good books. They're pretty decent, but in the Bookstagram community, I have just seen some red flags about her, and I'll let you guys do your research on her. I don't want to go ahead and taint somebody when you are more than capable of doing your own research. I do have 2 of her books though, so I will go ahead and read the 2 books that I have because I spent money on one of them and then the other one was gifted to me, so I would just feel bad if I didn't. Like if I just wasted my money and wasted my friend's money. I will go ahead and read those books. I don't know if I will finish them. It depends on if I like the books to begin with. Okay, question number 4. An author you have read a couple of books from and have decided their books are not for you. I really hate saying this, but Ruth Ware. I've tried to get into her books. I've read The Turn of a Key, and then I've read In a Dark, Dark Wood, and then I also own The Woman in Cabin 10. And I will go ahead and read The Woman in Cabin 10 just because I had bought that several years ago. Had been interested in reading it for the longest time, but the other 2 books that I had read, they just fell short for me. The Turn of the Key was just really boring. And then In a Dark, Dark Wood, the first third was amazing. The second third, I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I know where this is going. And once we hit the halfway mark, I was like, I bet this is gonna happen. And the last third just proved me right. So I don't know, I feel like from what I have seen, I have thought that she's a thriller author, but she's actually more of a mystery author. But yeah, I don't really care. I'm not really a huge mystery person whenever it comes to books, unfortunately. Question number 5. A genre you have no interest in, or a genre you have tried to get into and couldn't. Okay, so if my boyfriend is watching this, Eric, I am so sorry. I have no interest in reading manga, which is like his favorite genre. So I would rather watch the anime. I don't want to read the manga. And I also am not interested in reading poetry. I've tried to read poetry before, but it's not really my cup of tea. I think it's a little bit boring. So those are the 2 genres that I'm definitely like, let me tap out of that. But I do want to go ahead and bring up another thing. So this is super specific, but there are different types of thrillers. And so for example, like police procedural, psychological thriller, domestic, and there are 2 specific tropes that I'm realizing I hate. Like, I absolutely cannot stand. And the first one is police procedural, and the second one is whenever there is a therapist who violates their ethics. Like, first off, the police procedural is just boring to me. And then second of all, a therapist who violates their ethics, like, that doesn't happen in real life, you know? It's one thing for the main character to have issues with their morals. If it's a morally gray character, sign me up. Love me morally gray character. But if it's somebody that is literally violating ethics, I'm like, no. I cannot do it. Manga, poetry, police procedural, and then therapist who violates their ethics. All right, question number 6. A book you have bought but will never read. This can be a book you have unhauled / returned to the library unread. So around the time that I was interested in reading George Orwell, I was also really interested in reading a lot of self-help books. So I did go ahead and buy a lot of self-help books. And like I said, I used to be into them and now I'm not into them anymore. So I have a feeling that whenever I move, I'm already planning on trying to unhaul a lot of books and donate them to a lot of little free libraries, but I would not be surprised if a lot, if not all of my self-help books get donated, because... Okay, question number 7, a series you have no interest in reading or a series you have started and did not finish. I do not care to read Game of Thrones. Sometimes when I see the length of books, I get intimidated, and then other times I just get annoyed. So for Game of Thrones, I go between annoyed and intimidated, and I don't know, I've heard that they're really good, but I've never been interested in watching the series. I've never been interested in reading the books. So yeah, I'm just never gonna read them. My boyfriend and my brother have, I have not. Final question, a new release you have no interest in reading. So I actually have 3. It is The Maidens, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and finally The Midnight Library. I've heard amazing things about all of those books. I've also heard some not so amazing things about all those books, but there are just little parts of each book that from the reviews I have seen indicate to me that I just don't want to read it, don't care to read it. It's just not going to be my cup of tea, and that's fine. All right guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe for more content from me. Like this video if you liked it, and go ahead and comment down below what books you are not interested in reading. All right guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!